Oh man, those puppies must be doing awesome now that they've reunited with their owner. Anyways, welcome back to Channel 24 News. I'm your news reporter, DillyBoy1k, and we have just received some groundbreaking news. Today, on March 9th, 2071, we remember the interesting and fantastic life of Evelyn Whitkin, a scientist who made groundbreaking discoveries involving both DNA replication and DNA response to ultraviolet light. To commemorate the 150th anniversary of Ms. Whitkin, we will provide a brief history of her fantastic life. Stay tuned after the commercials. Oh my gosh! There's this giant piece of paper that's trying to kill me! What will I do? I know! I'll use some scissors! Yeah, take that! Take that! Wow, that worked! Scissors really are the miracle. Evelyn Whitkin, her birth name being Evelyn Maisel, was born on March 9th, 1921. Not much is known about her early life, but at the age of 16, she started and eventually earned a bachelor's degree at the New York University. Due to a civil rights protest at the school, Whitkin decided to continue her studies to the nearby Columbia University, where there she earned a master's degree in 1943. This same year, she married another scientist by the name of Herman Whitkin, and they were married until the day they died. Whitkin decided to stay at the university for her doctoral research, working in the laboratory for scientist Theodosius Dobzhansky. A few months later, in 1943, Theodosius asked Evelyn to write a biography for Salvador Luria. In their life, Salvador worked for the first experimental evidence for mutable genes in bacteria. This really fascinated Evelyn, and she knew that she wanted to research this for the rest of her life. In 1944, Whitkin worked with E. coli responding to ultraviolet light, and she actually performed the first successful isolation of UV-resistant E. coli. She managed to do this on her first day at Cold Spring Harbor Laboratories. While doing this, she also discovered that, once exposed to UV light, E. coli cells are unable to undergo cell division. Crazy, right? After this, she earned a PhD from Columbia University in 1947, and she continued to dive into this topic all throughout her life. Evelyn Whitkin would devote the rest of her life to learning about DNA replication and DNA repair. One topic that Whitkin revolved her learning around was the SOS response, a system that triggers in DNA in which a response would occur in bacteria for them to suffer heavy DNA damage and still be intact. To put it simply, once DNA was damaged by a lot of UV radiation, the DNA uses this mechanism along with a protein known as REC-A to repair damaged spots along the helix. Unfortunately, most of her works have gone unnoticed. In 1960, a Nobel Prize in Chemistry was given to a group of scientists who expanded in DNA research. Whitkin was not nominated with this group despite her amazing discoveries. Over the course of her life, Whitkin was able to achieve spectacular achievements that would help future generations learn about UV radiation and bacteria's response to it. She also taught the world that hard work and dedication can truly achieve all things. Her research and contributions to the science community were amazing, and she lived a very fantastic life. And that wraps up the story of a very amazing woman and her accomplishments. Mrs. Whitkin, you will be missed. Anyways, it's time for the weather forecast. Take it away, Ollie.